HBO Deaf Poetry Jam. Remember? Her one-person show, Call Me Crazy, will be part of the Downtown Urban Theater Festival in June 2006 at the, Charlie Lane Theater?
Cherry Lane.
Cherry Lane! Thank you, you're the best. Her favorite color is orange. Any orange people in the house? Orange? What does that mean, orange person? They're like, woo! Black, white, orange, okay, good. And she is allergic to penicillin, so don't nobody try to give her no penicillin. All right? Whatever you do, don't give this next poet any penicillin. But what you can give her is a rousing round of applause for a poet coming to the mic, Helena D. Lewis, ladies and gentlemen.
Excited. Anybody seen me perform before? Yeah. Okay, good. Most of y'all don't know me. That's excellent.
Do whatever you want.
I am. Don't let the voice fool you. Long after my death, I want someone to speak my words with pride. Use my chapbook and CD as a guide to help slide them to the sliding difference of humanity. I was born female and black, 2 strikes against me, yet I'm rebelling, not existing, surviving, surpassing blow jokers, plotting, convinced they could steal my jewelry. Name me toy with capitalism breathing down my back. I am the queen of sports. Do you recognize me? Fighting for the have-nots, telling the knots in my stomach, no weapon forged against me shall prosper. For I am filled with the courage of women who jump ship before the completion of the middle passage. Like them, I'd rather die than be enslaved or stop fighting for the American dream, not promised to me, but whispered in winds by lynchmen on trees all black like me, see? So, you saw me on the mic and I caught your eye, and now you wanna fuck me? Take a number. You see, I'm no easy lay, no quick fuck, no hoochie on a mission. Therefore, it takes more to impress me than that. How to be a player, old school Dobermite, flashbacks to Billy D. Williams and Lady CC Blues and Mahogany Madness. And as far as that fucking is concerned, I can easily stick my finger in my cooch or purchase a dildo to be used at my convenience. So what I'm saying is, what can you do for me? Okay, I can't sing, but that's not the point. The point is, what can you do for me besides the fuck? And don't give me that I can love you like you've never been loved before because I have a dog. and although I forget to feed him periodically, he still loves me unconditionally. So what I'm saying is, what can you do for me? 7 years ago, I made Father Time my concubine. With a gentle kiss, our haploid cells fused to confuse those amused with the misuse of time. Changing ticks into toxin, toxin to ticks, I tick my way back to before God knew he was God and whispered in his end, let there be light. But unlike him, I had no time for rest on the 7th day, for I was 7 months pregnant with the future, breastfeeding 7 baby New Years. It was 7,000 years before I knew the meaning of the word rest, and that was only for 7 seconds. Destiny, hope, and faith were the first 3 born onto me. However, my 4th child forever died shortly after birth, and she is the reason why nothing lasts forever except for the ticking of time. Imagine the worst smells you ever smelled. Multiply that by 10. Homeboy's breath was so bad I could smell it through his cheeks. The odor singed my nose hairs and cleared my nasal passages of mucus, but how do you tell someone you barely know their breath has more kicks than crouching tiger, hidden dragon? So, my name is Helena D. Lewis. I was at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe and I'm hustling my CDs and my chapbooks and shit. And dude brought a CD and a chapbook, so I was like, well, thank you very much. But his breath was like so bad. I went home and wrote a poem about it. Now, every time I do this poem, there's always somebody saying, but do you have any gum I can have? You know, because I think my breath is a little tart. So I brought a bag of gum. Oh, I also brought some t-shirts. Let me toss these out. Now, this is a deal with the gum. We do not have enough for everybody. So all you motherfuckers that came late, Y'all not gonna get any. Okay, just take one pass around. Yeah, child, I smelled it from over here. I was like, she gonna be getting the bag first. Okay. I'm waiting. I don't even know her. I don't even know her. It's just poetry. It's just poetry. Y'all, I've been like at poetry venues and somebody wanted to beat me up because of a poem I did. I was like, I'm from Newark. I will fuck you up. Okay, back to the back rep. In an effort to be kind, instead of speaking my mind, I offered him a stick of gum and he declined. Oblivious to the fact that his breath combined with a match could set the whole world on fire. So I said, are you sure you don't want a piece of gum? And when he said no for the second time, I did not get upset. I just decided it would be in my best interest not to inhale as he exhaled. So I took a step back. And to my misfortune, he took a step forward, continuing to torture me by breath. My fright or fight kicked in. I was mad at his breath and his mother for giving birth to him. I wanted to knock him unconscious with my purse and run, but how? How would I begin to explain to the police I was hoping a man because his breath with the essence stank? So I cut the conversation short, pretending someone across the room was calling me, thinking he would catch the hint and let his sister be, but he didn't. He followed me across the room like a predator after prey, like a fat man after a sandwich, like R. Kelly after a 12-year-old.
Oh. Say that! That wasn't him.
Asking me questions about my poetry, the motivation for my free verse, how often I rehearsed, and he kept using words that began with the letter H, like, and then he said he would hate to be the victim of one of my poems. Well, I guess he could not read minds, and since Miss Cleo was doing time, he had no idea I was already mentally composing these lines, prepared to do verbal contact with his breath and whatever had crawled up inside his body and died. I swear, it was like he had been eating shit on a stick. A side order of toxic waste every day of his life since birth. My eyes began to tear. My eyelashes actually curled in an attempt to get out of range. And then it happened. Something so hideous. It would make the devil say mama. A stray piece of spit torpedoed from his mouth and landed on my forehead. And I'm not talking about a little piece of spit. I'm talking about a piece of spit so big I actually saw it coming. But for some strange reason, I could not move. If only I had written the movie Matrix just one more time, then maybe I could have And when it landed, I could actually feel it sitting there. An odoriferous glob of concentrated funk, denaturing the molecular structure of the first layer of skin on my forehead, and invading my system like a mutated retrovirus. And all I could do was think about that movie scene from the movie Outbreak when dude sneezed and killed the whole time. And that was the straw that broke this poet's back. I had to say what I was thinking. I had to say what I was feeling. I had to say, Colgate, Ultra Bright, AIM, Gleam, Liquid Plumber, Tide with Bleach, my brother. Don't you know brushing your teeth 3 times a day combined with flossing, gargling, regular visits to your dentist and prescription Tic Tacs can help you. Please give target control a try and take this stick of gum and get the fuck out of my face. Car problems.
Yeah.
So there's more like 2 motherfuckers in here that got cars. But I'm gonna tell y'all my car problems. transmission, thinking I had a transmission problem, thinking they were an honest, legitimate business. The ticket, let me see, the bill was like $14,000. Didn't fix the transmission, fixed everything else. Oh, you need problems with the engine, the water bucket, this, the cooler, the catalytic converter. What the fuck is a catalytic converter? I don't know. You need a tune-up. 5 days later, you think for $1,500, right, my car should be running like forever, right? 5 days later, the car broke down. Broke down yesterday. I had to pull into an Enterprise rent-a-car, get a rent-a-car, because I was on my way to Princeton University to do a show, and I was like, I need a car right now. The dude at Enterprise Rent-A-Car said that you will be charged $2 per day for Homeland Security tax. I was like, where the fuck was Homeland Security when my mother's car got stolen? That's what I was thinking. So I called Amico, I went over there, I'm fussing, I'm just getting like really black on the person, okay? And they was like, well, it was working when you drove off, so what's the problem? So I wrote a poem about Amico.
Oh, yes.
And it's a short poem, but it's very, I'm feeling very passionate about it right now, all right? And it's called, Don't Take Your Car to Amico. Don't take your car to Amico, they will fucking rip you off. Thank you very much. In the morning, the words was just coming to me, I'm so glad like that. Well, what? You ever talk to, does anybody know somebody that's always singing and can't sing? Yeah. That's me! So I'm about to do this poem, but I need y'all to help me out. I want the people on this side of the room, when I point, to say, ooh, that girl can sing. Okay, y'all got it? Then we gonna practice.
Oh, that girl can sing.
Yeah, that does wonders for my ego. Now, on this side of the room, all y'all got to do is say, mm-hmm. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that girl can sing.
I
Mm-hmm.
got the power. Damn, now I got the song. Okay, wait. Said a small boy once asked, when will I grow up?
Ooh, that girl can sing.
When would I see life the way grown-ups do see? And he's about to come his age, he will act another age. To be recognized is quite another mess. And Mama used to say, take your time, young man. And Mama used to say, don't you rush to get old. And Mama used to say, take it in your stride. And Mama used to say, live your life. I guess life got too hard for him, so he checked out. Refusing medicine he knew he needed, he chose to die. But now that I think about it, no one goes until God calls your number, so I guess it was time for him to check out. And all I can do is think about the he that was him before the drugs, before the alcohol, when he was my cool older brother, the one in the army who played the sax, who took me to skate at Twin City, and I'm missing him. The he that was him before the drugs, before the alcohol, the man I went to for help, not the addict who came home broken, begging for food, who took refuge in our mother's basement when we couldn't trust him upstairs after he took all that he could carry. But he was still my brother. And my youthful eye went from being happy to see him to pretending I didn't know him when we would meet by accident on the street. 4 years went by before I saw him once, and I saw him twice afterwards before he died. But today, for some strange reason, I can't get him out my mind. It's like he's standing next to me, making me remember. I'm crying as I write these lines. But I didn't at his funeral, and that was 4 years ago. I guess it's time for the pain to come out. I guess it's time for the pain to come out. I guess it's time for the pain to come out, because I still don't understand. I still don't understand why drugs were more important to him than us. And even though he grew up to be a bum, and I refused to collect phone calls from prison, I was so proud of him the first time he came out of detox and spent 30 days at the VA. I brought him the first new pair of sneakers he had in years. The same pair he wore when he relapsed 2 days later. The same pair he wore when he broke through the back door. The same pair he wore when he climbed through the window. The same pair he wore when he took my cell phone. The same pair he wore when he took my wallet. The same pair he wore when I would pretend I didn't know him, like he wasn't kin. And I know it's a sin, but how does one tell the world your family ain't perfect? Never was and never will be. And now that I've outlived 3 siblings, 2 brothers, 1 sister, 1 to drugs, 1 to AIDS, 1 to a brain tumor, smiling is hard, and holidays even harder. But if I can spend 1 minute with all of my family, the ones that are here and the ones that are above, I'll take it and cherish it, so I could raise my voice against the sound cues of our bickering to tell the 3 of them, and especially him, what I never said when they were here, when he was here. I love you.
Wow.
The drama, the calling the police, I would take it back. I would endure that just to tell them I love you, because I never did that and I regret that. So tell somebody, love somebody. Now,
Working. I love you.
hey. Now hold on. Now you know what? I work at a well right now. Well, let me tell y'all something. I graduated from Rutgers University with a degree in biology. Wait, don't clap. I decided to be a social worker.
Yeah.
I spent 6 years running a drop-in center for prostitutes. Very interesting. And there were some very nice ladies. I don't think it has anything to do with them sucking dick all the time, but they were very, very nice. And I left that job and did 4 years at a male prison teaching guys about HIV and AIDS. And I had this one dude, you know, I'm trying to tell him, well, if you have a venereal disease, you should go and tell the doctor. Oh no, Miss Lewis, you know, let me tell you what happened, okay? Like one time I had the crabs and the crabs were so bad. I went to my cousin bodega, I got a can of Ray, and I spread the Ray down there, mommy, it killed all the crabs. Killed all the crabs. I can go on and on.
True story.
Now I'm at a female halfway home in Patterson, New Jersey, and I got fools jumping out a window. Like this one girl, the window is this big. Her ass was this big. She got a foot out and got stuck. I was like, push her ass out. So I wrote a poem. I haven't done it in a long time. It's called Social Service Blues, and as luck would have it, it's part of the Whitney biennial. Anybody heard of the Whitney Museum? Okay, so I'm part of a display that's at the Whitney Museum right now, and there is actually a videotape of me doing this poem. So if you get a chance, check it out. It's going to be on display until 2006, May 1st. All right. For teachers and social workers everywhere.
Oh.
Cross my fingers, Helena, remember your damn lines. Bullshit, and more bullshit. This is my bust my ass 40 hours a week plus so I can take home less than $800 every other week poem. Get in my car, storing in front of a crack house poem. Wondering why our troops are still overseas when people are homeless and dying every day of the week in America poem. It's all about the oil. This is my, don't tell me it's my business to give back when I give back every day I go to work poem. Have you ever told someone 19 years old they were HIV positive poem? Or your father is not coming home because he was killed on his way to work poem? This is my standing on street corners for prostitutes at 2 a.m. Tell them they can find salvation and direction without getting on their knees and going back to work at 8 a.m. poem. This is my I'm sorry I can't help you cause our funds been cut. There's no food in the food pantry to give you, and this office will be closing soon because the grant didn't get refunded. This is my a 6th grade girl told me she gives good head poem. This is my get off of Mars and start concentrating on Earth poem. This is my why is it teachers make less than athletes, and instead of building more jails, let's build more schools to start after school programs. And maybe our youth won't find the need to be blood, Crips, and Latin kings that would know how to read poem. This is my who the fuck voted for President Bush poem. This is my I had it up to here, and I'm not even that tall yet poem. This is my tired of doing the state report, the Mufflin report, the Ryan White report, and having my supervisor take all the credit report. This is my I'm the only female cell in a male prison with 110 male prisoners, with a dildo in my left and a condom in my right, trying to explain to grown men why they can't use motor oil, Jerry curl activator, Crisco, the liquid ortholoricon, and bubble bath to lubricate a condom pole. True, all this shit is so true. This is my supervisor is mad at me because I won't let him disrespect me, Pone. He must be smoking crack again, Pone. This is my no. I'm not signing this letter saying you can get your kids back, Pone. You've only been drug-free one day. Stop trying to play me, Pone. This is my, I got a lot on my fucking mind, and tomorrow I'm turning in my resignation. But chances are I won't because somebody got to do this fucking job, Pone. Thank you very much. Oh, did I tell you I have a CD for sale?
No.
Okay, I got a CD. It's a good CD. It's like shrink wrap. It's got barcode. Let me show y'all. Okay. See. Ooh. Barcode. Ooh, you can play it in your car and it won't get stuck. Okay. Now, I also have a DVD for sale of my one-person show, and I also have, because I have two one-person shows. The first one is just me, and I did it at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Big ups to the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. And the new one is Call Me Crazy. It's going to be at the Cherry Lane Theater, June 15th, 2006. Now, for my next, final, and last poem, I want to dedicate this to my ex-boyfriend, punk ass Dwayne. Not to be confused with my new boyfriend, Kasim Carter. Hi, Kasim. He's a nice guy. I know somebody that's like, she got a boyfriend. Yes, I do. Okay. Oh, he on one day. I was like, this motherfucker don't know he's getting on my No, that didn't happen, baby. It didn't happen. I was like, it's just poetry. Okay. Well, okay. 2 days after 9/11, and say to me, can we please have some sex for old time's sake? You know, the world is so crazy, you never know what tomorrow might be. And when I said no, he gonna tell me, well, you being stingy with your pussy. So I said, this motherfucker, so I said, and get into this. He's trying to sue me to stop me from doing this poem. I'm gonna do that shit every time I perform. I'm gonna end with punk ass Dwayne. Right? So I said, there is nothing I want from you, including your penis. So stop telling me I'm being stingy with my pussy when my pussy does not belong to you, it belongs to me. Yeah. God gave it to me so I could use it at my discretion, and my discretion is telling me, bust a cap in your ass. Dwayne, if you see me walking down the street and I start to cry, you better walk on by. Cause I be having visions of long surgical procedures, and they all end with me at your gravesite telling your mourners to shut the fuck up. You see, I'm not that fool, that toy, that girl you thought you knew. I am the woman you made me, and I no longer believe in you and I, we us together for the ends of all times. Romeo and Juliet, Cinderella, and the one who kissed a frog and turned him into a prince. I can see clearly now the rain is gone and the madness has been removed from my mind. There are no men in shining armor, just little boys pretending to be men, fondling nipples as if they were playing marbles, betting down women as if they were playing some new form of STD freeze tag. So, if you see me walking down the street, you better run. You better jump. You better take 10 giant Mother May I step forward, cause homicide be on my mind, and I just wrote a book called How to Take Him Out Without Serving Time. Messing up your hair, or breaking a nail. You see, my name is Miss Lewis, not baby. Come at me again with that simple shit, and I will dial 911 for you. And as your bullet-riddled body hits the ground, pull out a Instamatic to savor the moment for all times. Click. You see, I don't need you. I don't want you. I'd rather cut my nipples off and flip them at you like boogers. And because I can, and because I can, and because I can, get a bus filled up with warm men who have been misused, abused, financially liquidated, and left to play the roles of both parents, arm them with knives, bats, and guns, point my finger at you and say, yo, he's their leader.